国見。
何?
Like and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Anime Culture Corner, and today I'm going to talk about a show that was one of 2018's many great slice of life anime. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, better known as just Bunny Girl Senpai. If you have seen it, then you know that the show is far deeper than the first impression it leaves from the thumbnail and the title. It's a creative exploration of the many struggles of being a teenager and, despite having supernatural elements, remains incredibly grounded in real life, with relatable problems that connect with viewers on an emotional level. We'll look at just how the show subverted initial expectations and became an original story that stands out in this slice of life and coming-of-age genre. As the title says, I'm trying to avoid spoilers in this video just in case someone's watching who hasn't seen the show yet. So I guess unlike my normal video, it's a spoiler-free warning ahead? Yeah, that sounds alright. I know that even I had the wrong impression of Bunny Girl Senpai when I first saw the thumbnail in 2018. I never even got around to watching it until late 2019 because a friend recommended it, which I definitely regret. And I think that, unfortunately, this is a pretty prevalent practice in the anime community, to assume what a show is like based off of a single tag or genre that it falls under. For example, because of the stigma associated with yaoi, Free is often characterized as such, and the themes of breaking friendships and dealing with pressure are often overlooked. And I'm not even saying that most viewers consider this before watching them or deciding not to, but it certainly should be taken into account when considering how the show is received by different audiences and demographics. And this is why I don't think that the thumbnail for Bunny Girl Senpai does it justice, as an onlooker might not consider it when looking for a romance comedy or slice of life anime, even though it is all three, and just assume that it's some kind of mindless, ecchi show. Which, of course, there's nothing wrong with, but it's just a misinterpretation. But I also don't think this is only a bad thing, as most viewers end up being pleasantly surprised to see the genuine and touching story that the show tells. It's one of the best shows in recent years to encapture what it means to be young, and the issues that real people deal with as they come of age, and it's made possible by the show's unique concept of puberty syndrome. I love slice of life anime that bend the genre and integrate supernatural elements. Probably the most common is having some kind of time travel. Orange, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and Colorful, through this medium establish themes of fixing past mistakes and growth. In slice of life, a rather oversaturated genre that has extremely common tropes, like a high school setting, blossoming romance between friends, etc., it's important to have something in the show to make it stand out, and Bunny Girl Senpai has puberty syndrome. Described in the synopsis as a rare disease that only affects teenagers, it's used in the show as a physical manifestation of someone's internal issues, which changes depending on the arc. In the very first one, we see Mai-san slowly becoming invisible to other people as she copes with the stress of being popular and constantly being noticed. Each arc attacks a different issue as well. Popularity and how impressions affect you, parental expectations and the pressures of being constantly compared to others, body insecurities and the feeling of loneliness. The show takes on so many topics that it almost seems like too much for only 13 episodes. But the constantly changing plot, because of the creativity in using puberty syndrome to manifest different supernatural effects, keeps it not only entertaining, but digestible. Even though the show is supernatural, it somehow feels incredibly real because of the topics it deals with. Something I noticed is that many characters deal with a strained family life on top of their stated puberty syndrome causing issues, which speaks volumes about real adolescents growing up as well. And I feel like to further understand what makes this show specifically stand out, a comparison should be drawn to the Monogatari series, another anime that the show clearly draws inspiration from. The concept of an indifferent but justice-seeking male protagonist helping solve the issues of his female friends,
You mean a harem?
whose issues have manifested into some kind of physical and supernatural occurrence, is the general plot of both shows. The main love interest of both anime, Mai-san and Shinjogahara, also have a pretty similar archetype. But Monogatari fully embraces the supernatural category, with vampires, spirits, and all kinds of monsters. And I think that Futaba's scientific explanations of each phenomena in each arc is less of a means of really explaining the supernatural occurrence, and more of the show's attempt to keep itself grounded. Bunny Girl Senpai remains within the category of slice of life, not just so that they remain stuck in one genre, but to maintain the show's focus. It feels like a much more linear and easy to follow narrative as a result, and distinguishes itself from Monogatari, a series that I also do absolutely love. And when I say slice of life here, I'm using this as an umbrella term to encompass the coming of age and the romance aspects of the show. I think that Bunny Girl Senpai's ability to tackle a number of real, relatable issues while finding a balance between romance, supernatural, and coming of age cements it in the upper tiers of recent anime. If you've already watched Bunny Girl Senpai, what did you think? What were your initial thoughts before watching the show? And if you haven't, are you interested now? As always, this has been the Anime Culture Corner. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future in-depth show and character analyses.